Hello, beautiful air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Welcome to your tarot reading. We are going to do tarot cards for love and relationships first, and then we'll talk a little bit about money, career, and finances, second half of the video-ish. Please come into this reading with an open heart, an open mind, and a desire to learn something or better yourself. I'm hoping that the messages come through resonate with a majority of you. If they do not, simply release them. Assume they're going out to someone else who needs to hear it. But do keep in mind that sometimes tarot will connect more in the future. So advising you all to be open to that. You may choose to revisit these videos at a later date. You are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. So let's do this. For love and relationships, what's coming through for my air signs? This guy looks like Nick Offerman to me. Does that mean anything to anyone? Any Nicks in the house? Nicole's maybe? All right, King of Pentacles, Holy Lord. So you got someone showing up strong. Someone who works with their hands, very tactile, possibly very sensual too. Typically a Taurus card. So yeah, someone who feels their way into the world, but I don't necessarily mean emotionally. Yeah, there's something very tactile, needing to know the touch and the feel of it. And so with that, someone who may not present initially as someone who has a lot of warmth to them, but as you get to know them, I actually think there's a very strong connection here. I see my air signs being sort of dreamy, like kind of head in the clouds, romanticizing, wondering what this person is doing, what they're thinking, where they stand. Interesting that the Two of Pentacles is coming up. I love this card. I just love the depiction of this girl. I love her hair. I love her outfit. That feels very Libra to me. Why the Two of Pentacles? This is throwing me off a little bit. It is a Jupiter card, so sometimes the Two of Pentacles can talk about decision making, right? Any two in tarot has to do with, decisions, finding some sort of solutions, maybe finding a common ground or a balance. Some of you may be struggling to find time to connect to this person outside of work. It's possible you both have very busy working schedules. Others of you are just questioning, does this person have room for you in their life? Because I see you, air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, being very open to wanting to make plans and connect, but it almost feels like they're giving you the cold shoulder. I don't know if that's true. The Neptune energy of the Hanged Man, there could be confusion on what this person's motivations are. And I'm hearing false ulterior motive. So this idea of, they would have responded sooner if they were interested. I don't know. I don't think there's clarity on this situation yet. So maybe don't jump to worst case scenario. Don't jump to the worst conclusion possible. Even if, history has proven that you tend to attract those types of people. Maybe this is the one that changes the game. But with that, it's going to change something in you and how you approach relationships. Some of you may be connecting with another Libra. This kind of Venus energy is coming through really strong. So yeah, Taurus, Libra energy. You definitely have some Piscean, Neptune energy here. Maybe some Capricorn. Let's see. And I see Gemini and Libra especially in this card. But of course we are speaking to the Aquarians out there too. So let's see. Tell me a little bit more about this person. And feel free to swap the roles, guys, right? It's not about the gender. It's just sort of identifying the two players in the storyline here. So tell me a couple things about this one, Spirit. Interesting. So there's something about the importance of honoring their inner child. It could just be a skill or a passion that they have for some sort of hobby or project on the sidelines. And it's something that allows them to connect to their inner child. And it's something that they enjoy doing. It allows them to let their hair down. And it's almost like a form of meditation, if you will. But it's something that's very crafty by nature, woodworking, something like that. Let's see. So this person has no time for drama. I think they avoid drama to the nth degree, or however you want to say it. It's like they have no time for cattiness or playing games. So I will say, don't get too caught in your head of, you're very Pisces, well, what did that mean? Well, the illusion or the dream or whatever. I think this person says what they mean and mean what they say. I absolutely, because they're showing up as a king, right? No time for petty games. It is what it is. It's solid earth. So as you see them, they represent who they are fully when they walk into the room. What you see is what you get with this person. I do like it. It's possible for some of you, this person may have a child from another marriage. It doesn't have to be, though. That just might be a scenario some of you come across in the coming weeks. I think this person, okay, here's what I think this is. More so than the having a child, I think this person came from an upbringing that was absolute chaos. Probably their parental units, if you will, had a shaky marriage at best, or there was something very unstable, possibly feuding, maybe some anger in the household. There could have been issues of abuse, whether it was verbal, physical, mental, sexual, whatever it was. This person is so far from that now that they would never choose to engage with anything that it's like a gut feeling. If something doesn't feel right, they don't second question it, or they don't look back and ponder over it. They're just like, nope. This person has a very, I'm hearing keen eye, but a strength, an ability to absolutely distance and separate themselves from anything that's going to bring chaos or drama. It's not an avoidant energy. It's a having to learn through like the school of the hard knocks. Like this person came from a place where they had to work towards their own stability, and like ain't nobody or nothing gonna shake that from them. This feels I'm learning astrology slowly, but this feels like someone who maybe came from like, so let's see, what sign would that be? I'm almost getting like a Scorpio IC, meaning your home, your past, your family, versus headed towards like the Taurus. Okay, so that's what the North Node is in. That makes a lot of sense. It's eclipse season. So if I lost you, don't worry about it. But for those who are interested in astrology and birth charts, this might be someone who is a Leo rising, but also someone who may have an air about them that's very Aquarian. They don't mind separating themselves from the pack. They don't mind going off the beaten track and being more individualized and doing what they want to do. There's something about it. It's like the endorsement of other people doesn't really matter to them because they're a very strong believer in listening to their own heart. I'm just going to say, so far, and maybe this is you, right? Maybe this is especially my Aquarians. This could totally be you as well. I really like this so far. It's someone who hasn't had it easy in life, but rather than playing the victim, they've found a rhythm and a routine that works for them. At this point, their only issue is that they naturally enjoy being out of the spotlight and out of attention. So they do sort of limit themselves in terms of social networking and opportunities where they actually could benefit from it, but also provide such a beautiful energy to someone looking to engage in like a romantic relationship. I don't necessarily think it's lack of confidence. I think it's lack of interest in pursuing things that aren't very real and tangible. But the thing is, like anything, it's a seed. You don't know if you're going to like this person until you grow and nurture it and develop it and see what comes. Which this person is totally capable of doing. I just want to nudge this person to like, go out and do something fun, take a little bit of a risk. But I understand where they're coming from, being in this whole like kind of risk adverse mindset or mentality, because I think this person has had either issues in relationships, but more than likely having to grow up in a household where the parents acted more like children, and so this person quickly had to grow up and be quite responsible. A lot of earth energy here. This person is like an old soul, matured at a very early age. But also because of that, I think there's this wonderful idea of matching with someone who brings a little spark of almost an element of childlike enthusiasm. Like someone who maybe has strong air or strong fire in their chart would help to bring out what is lacking in this person. It exists within them. It's just not being expressed at its highest capacity. And that's why I think this connection could be rather nice. So tell me a little bit more about this Two of Pentacles. What's going on here? All right, so Three of Swords in reverse. Okay, so that to me says someone who's done their healing work. Someone who isn't chasing love anymore. They're letting it arrive naturally at their doorstep. But understandably so, I do think someone's caught your eye or your attention, or you're interested. There's just like this kind of, I wonder what they're up to, like thinking about them. I actually don't get obsession from this. I think there's a healthy sense of curiosity, which is such an air sign word to me. Being curious, wanting to socialize, being interested, wanting that dialogue, that conversation, wanting to learn about this person, but not at the detriment of sacrificing, your own health and wellness and all that kind of stuff. you seem to be showing up this week in a very, I'm hearing like Venus-like way. And it's not about superficiality. I don't mean it in that capacity, but it's like, whether you're a person who loves to dress up or not at all, maybe you're completely opposed to kind of putting on the face and then the clothes and all that. Either way, you're showing up in an energy that naturally attracts the light, like turning heads. People are noticing you this week, and really you're not even necessarily doing anything different. Some of you might, maybe you just got a haircut and you're feeling refreshed and you're excited to go out in the world and show off yourself, show off your bod, right? But even if that isn't you, there is still something very magnetic about you this week where you're drawing attention and attracting eyes. So if you're single and looking, and the PS to that is you've done the healing work, you're not going out into the world, a broken person and no one ever loves me. If that's the case, then you need to focus on your healing. Most of you, I think you have already come off some relationship where there was disappointment in some element or aspect, but you understood that this was a very important lesson that actually helped to improve upon the encouragement of your self-development and self-growth, becoming the best version of yourself. You had to kind of pump the brakes a little bit because something went kind of wonky or awry. Something went against expectation, and it forced you to slow down and do some reflection. From that, you seem to be coming out on top and like ready to get back out there. So if that's not you, this might not be your story this week, but damn, my air signs are showing up with a lot of like zhuzh this week. A lot of energy, a lot of beauty. And it's not just external, guys. There's an inner beauty because you are reflecting like self-love, I guess is what I would say. Four of Swords, calm, cool, and collected. There's inner peace here. Some of you don't know whether you should send a follow-up text or if you should be the one to reach out first. I almost see this as like a little phone. It's like, well, do I reach out? Like, are they going to, hit me back? What's the deal with that? What can I tell them about the communication? The Eight of Cups. So I would say don't plan your life around this person. I think this person will come around eventually, but I don't think they are looking to rush into anything. Taurus energy, right? Fixed earth. It's very dedicated to what's in front of it, right? I think Eight of Cups is typically my walk away card. Here's what I think this is. I wouldn't be bitter or jealous or resentful that maybe this person didn't hit you back immediately or didn't reciprocate feelings. I very much sense that this is in limbo and it may come back around when you're not necessarily expecting it. And what that would look like if and when it does come back around, I'm not exactly sure, guys, because Neptune energy says it's a bit mysterious. It's not blatantly obvious. There's sort of a mist surrounding it, if you will. Neptune, it's like cloud energy. You can't see right through. There's something that has potential here to be very cozy and flirtatious, but it's not here yet. So rather than spending, a second thought begrudging why this person didn't like you back and sort of kind of sinking into lower vibe energy, you're so high right now. And I don't mean that like Neptune high. I don't mean like, super stoned. I don't mean it that way. It's like you're shining so bright right now. Why would you dim your light to try and get this person's attention or sacrifice your light because this person isn't giving you what you want? I think this is saying don't spend 2 more seconds wallowing or again, leaning into that negative, pessimistic thinking. You're so glass half full this week. I think universe is saying if something here isn't nudging yet, allow it to develop organically on its own and focus your attention on something else that brings you joy and fulfillment and happiness. Eight of Pentacles, because you are working towards something very much in alignment with what you see as a relationship that honors your desires and wishes romantically. Again, there's a lot of earth energy here. There might be a Virgo that has caught eyes for you or a Virgo that is being particularly affectionate. And again, I'm getting something with Libra here too. I'm seeing Gemini as well. Some of you are being called to act as a mediator in a friendship group this week. Some of you are having to act as almost like a mock counselor or advisor to another friend who's struggling in their own romantic life. It's not something you necessarily were seeking out, but because the universe knows that you've been through some plight, in the not too distant past, it's almost like you are being called upon to serve as that catalyst for another friend or a close person. It could be a coworker or a sibling, a brother, sister, whatever, who seems to be struggling romantically. It's like lending your high vibration to other people and putting it to use for a good cause. Something about that is very good karma this week. Shedding light on self-love and accountability and again, not getting too caught up in investing emotions in empty wells or empty resources, things that aren't giving back. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. Something about that initiates some new prospect or blessing that's sort of on the horizon in your life, but it might not be here instantly. This might be, dare I say, a month or two down the road, but that's not reason to give up. If anything, that should invigorate you even more to harness, to maintain, fixed earth, what you have built thus far in your life after recovering or healing from something that, again, I don't know if traumatic is too big a word, but something that was disappointing in your love life recently. I see that you've done building. I see that you've done the work on yourself, so don't give up on that. It's possible the universe wants you to double down and show them just how serious you are about, this self-love mentality and putting yourself first and honoring what you need and desire in romantic relationships. From that, you have absolutely amazing cards. Some of you are considering starting a family with a Sagittarius. Some of you are being introduced to the family, the siblings, the children from a former marriage of a dating prospect. It's like you're being invited into a space where there's already the beginning or the foundation of a home or a family, with the idea that you may one day become a part of that unit, that group of people. It could be that you get introduced to the best friend of your dating prospect. Again, the sibling, something about that. You're being honored with some sort of exclusive backstage pass, that type of thing. Like, not everybody would get to know this part of me or this version of my life, but my air signs this week have, again, it's like you're just shining bright. This person wants other people to meet you, to see you, and it's not a test. It's not like do you pass the test of my best friend approving? It's not about that. It's like this person is so proud to show you off and introduce you to again, their family, their clan, the members of their soul tribe. Because I think it's like a slow initiation for you to be a part of that. That is especially involving a Sagittarius, or possibly a Pisces. Some of you are this is even if you're very early on in dating or single and looking. Some of you may go on a date where you do cooking together or baking, or, you go to each other's house and make dinner together. There's like a cute little scenario, like a date where there's like baking or cooking or possibly even like, this sounds a little bit cheesy, but I'm actually seeing it like doing art together, that it has the potential to be kind of sensual, almost like, that scene in Ghost where they're doing like pottery together. I'm getting that sort of like, yeah, we're creating something together, but also it's a great excuse for me to like get in a little bit closer and make a move. I see that being kind of cute. And again, that Neptune, dreamy, romantic, artistic energy, that's really highlighted for me this week. So whether you consider yourself a creative person or not, taking advantage of opportunities, maybe your friends invite you to paint night, or you're going to a slam poetry performance, or something involving that kind of Venus, Neptune, creative, artistic avenue. There's a romantic connection in those spaces for you this week, maybe in the coming weeks. So take advantage of it, and if this is you, I would say roll the dice, do something that might sort of be out of your comfort zone, because I think you will surprise yourself that there's a lot of cool people coming through in the reading this week. So there's huge potential. Don't shut yourself off from that. All right, let's talk about money. I feel like that was a long love reading, but it actually felt really good. So I hope that makes sense for some of you out there. Let me know in the comments below. All right, for my air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, what is coming through for money, career, finances in the next coming week or so? What can I tell my air signs for career advice, money advice, anything regarding their financial health and wealth. Let's see, the Magician, manifestation of something new. Degrees in science is what I'm getting here, or something. I use this very loosely. This is not for everyone, but the idea of like scientific method or analysis, bringing elements or things together and trying them and see how they react, and then like analyzing, taking notes, and then going back to perfect it, to refine it. Very Virgo energy. And so that could resonate for you in any job, right? It doesn't have to literally be in the science field, but there's something about experimentation. Putting things together that wouldn't normally go and seeing what happens. You know, you could look at that as mixing ingredients in the kitchen, right? Something about experimentation to come to the realization of something new that could work well or could be more user-friendly or streamlined. That's a very important word for this. Something about streamlining it, making it user-friendly or more utilitarian, making it easier, right? It's not always about working harder, it's about working smarter. Yeah, so whatever this experimentation is, the results are worth showing off and getting a second opinion on, because something about this seems kind of exciting to you. Let's see. Oh, okay. So, but there's going to be opposition or defense in what you're presenting. So you may be taking a strong stance on something, or maybe you're trying to like restructure, recategorize, reorganize. I don't know, something at your workplace, but there seems to be a lot of opposition. Don't let that get you down, because something about this message to me this week says that you're meant to be the one who initiates this change of the system, but with that, there's going to be a lot of resistance. And so if you simply submit to the no, then it's like you're missing out on your destiny or your purpose in this very small reading, right? I'm not saying this is going to be life-changing. This is about finding easy workarounds. Yeah, because you have a really good idea or something that you want to put through that people are arguing, but here's the thing, it's very political. The reason they're telling you no has nothing to do with you or your idea. It's almost like to get back at someone else for something different. Like, I know this sounds ridiculous, but it's very like catty. It's like every man for themselves. Some of you may be working in an environment where you just don't get along with upper management. I totally see that happening here. So here's the thing. I don't know how we get to this point. I'm not saying it has to be as drastic as you leave the company or you resign or blah, blah, blah. Maybe, I mean, trust your gut instincts. But with that, there is some sort of break and relief where something starts to come to the surface that is rooted or seated. It's grounded in whatever this original initial idea was. It starts to be celebrated. Word starts to spread, and a lot of people start to lean into that idea or join forces with you, endorse you, support this idea or this decision. This could even be you starting like a blog or a podcast or a YouTube channel, and you know, maybe it's just in its infancy. Maybe you have like 20 followers, and the only comment or criticism you've gotten is from some random stranger on the internet who's like, I hate this, and you don't know what you're talking about, and blah, blah, blah. So what are you going to do? You're going to stop because some random stranger told you they didn't like what your content, right? No, absolutely not. You're going to find your tribe, but this is sort of about sticking with something despite ruffling feathers of those around you, or moving through towards your path or destiny and not really caring about endorsements from other people or needing people to agree with you. You're trailblazing here. You're cutting your own path and you believe in it. That's what it is. We have this earth energy. So in a sense, there is something provable about this. There's something that you know you could take it and whatever, make something of it, make more money, put more value to it, grow it through the years. You're going to find your tribe. Don't listen to the peanut gallery who are like, no, this is dumb. We don't like your idea. We don't see potential in it. Okay, great. Nice knowing you. Take it to the next person. Some of you may be applying for some sort of loan. Maybe you're looking to start your own business. And again, you've sort of experimented in the kitchen, quote unquote, whatever that means, to understand what it would be like to maybe take this to the next level. But in order to get to that level, you do need support from someone or something or some entity or group of people. And I think you will get that, but I think you are going to face a little bit of opposition. I think you're going to You're going to have people questioning your integrity. I don't know why that's coming through, but again, I wouldn't put much stock in it because these people don't know their ass from their elbow. They don't even seem to know what they're talking about because they're not taking the time to understand it. They very much have this fixed opinion, like, I'm going to say it, like their head is up their ass. So the fact that they don't see potential in this vision, well, that's their loss. Quite literally, it's like, push it aside. It doesn't matter. Refocus your energy. Okay, how do we get to here? How do we get to the finish line or the paycheck or the loan, the endorsement? How do we reach out and network to more people? Social media is going to be your friend right now, for sure, with the Three of Cups. Mercury and Cancer, finding your tribe, finding your family through means of technology and communications that is widespread. So if you're not doing the social media thing, I would highly recommend doing that. Anything else I need to tell them about money? Money looks small but consistent. So I don't think that's going to change drastically. If anything, I think you're going to be thinking up ideas to get your income to grow. Stop asking for permission. I'm giving you permission. Go do it. Moon and Sagittarius, its natural instinct is to explore, to discover, to learn, to grow, to immerse themselves in new energies and new cultures and things that are foreign. So yeah, Moon and Sagittarius, their natural instinct in a sense is like to escape. You know, our moon is our instinct. So if you're there just, I don't know, for politics, for the sake of I followed the rules, or I don't know, it's like you're looking for a pat on the back of sacrificing your dreams. It's like, well, what comes out of this for you that is beneficial? This to me is like lean into your especially if you have a Sagittarius moon. But it's like lean into that instinct to explore, to discover, to be joyful and youthful and try your luck at something new, right? Sagittarians tend to be a very lucky sign. You may encounter a Sagittarius in your life regarding some sort of financial issue that really has a powerful, impactful influence on you and how you go about this next endeavor, this next mission, this next adventure. Very Sagittarian word. Yeah, I always joke with this card. It's like, if this is you at work and you're asking permission to go to the bathroom, like, this isn't grade school, right? Like, if the people around you, if the powers that be, the authority, are not treating you like an adult or like a capable employee, it's up to you to recognize that quality in yourself and be like, peace out. Like, I got shit to do. I can't wait for your permission or your blessing or your, do you understand what I mean? There's a little bit of like, when are you going to rebel? Because the system is only reinforcing like what's going on currently. So if you're waiting for that to change, you're going to be waiting a very long time. Sometimes this is about busting free. Jupiter, Sagittarian, and Pisces energy for that matter, opposes that kind of Saturnian, let's keep it, let's keep it traditional, right? Let's keep it conservative. Let's put people in a circle and keep them there. That's very Saturn. It tests you. It gives you limits. It gives you, and we need that in life. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to come off as like an anarchist, but with this card coming through, it's like, you're stuck in the circle. You're stuck in this little boundary, and it's like you're desperately trying to break free. But here's the key. The universe isn't going to do it for you because they want you to step up and do it yourself. To practice self-love, I guess, in some ways, and honoring, respecting what you desire in life. This is about movement. This is about travel. For some of you, it's about pursuing new degrees or education or seeing things and ideas and people that you haven't been exposed to in a line of work. Maybe you're bringing it into the inner circle, right? I'm not saying all of you are going to up and leave your job, right? Of course not. But some of you need to introduce like the, almost like this maverick energy, the bringing the outsiders in, or there's like a word I'm circling around. It's like a rogue energy, or it's the unexpected. It's the, I don't know. There's a great word and I just can't find it, so I'm going to move on. Yeah, it's about liberating those who are narrow-minded. And it's also not about leaning into the fears and anxiety of, well, what will happen if I do that? Especially, again, glass half empty, right? This kind of Eight of Swords isn't great. This is save yourself, because no one else is going to. There's a huge push for you guys to act really confident this week and go for things. Because for some reason, I'm wanting to say Jupiter is on your side. You have an extra source of luck and endorsement. And Jupiter is moving into Aries, right, in the next couple days. So expansion of your inner warrior, right? Whatever it is you're fighting for. There's a blessing there for going after something very individualized or independently, individualistic. Is that even a word? Mars is very separating. It's not always in it for the group dynamic. And again, sometimes in life that's necessary. Sometimes it is about breaking free to honor what it is we truly believe in. And here's where you find your soul tribe. Do you see like this double confirmation of, yeah, there's going to be people who want to enforce the law and impose restrictions on you. You choose to give power to who you think deserves it in this situation. So overnight, you may have a very strong change of heart as this person isn't going to control my career or my destiny anymore. I'm going to apply for a different position, internally, or I'm going to look outside of this kind of narrow viewpoint of these people I work with and endorse and support this other idea that has huge potential. Yes, it does have a very strong like rogue renegade vibe this week. I'm just putting that out there for my air signs with money. Money, again, I don't see huge money cards. I see the potential and the manifestation for a new chapter in your life where there would be much to celebrate financially, but we're not there yet. I think this week it's like a big turning point, but also a stepping stone in the right direction, realigning to something that you truly believe in. All right, air signs, that's what I got for you this week. This is an awesome reading. I actually think it was my favorite one. So please remember to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, guys.